Your nerdy best friend here, and I buy a lot of gadgets, a whole bunch of little things that I think are going to help out. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. So I walked around the house this morning and did little reviews of all these little things. Pardon the hair, pardon the makeup, I just did it because I wanted to share this with you. So hope you enjoy. Apple AirBuds, buy them or no? I say yes, or some kind of wireless headphones. Oh my gosh, they are so cool. Apples are incredibly easy. I mean, you open it up and they're connected. Like, this is my husband's, we have two of them. You open it up and they're connected. As soon as you open it on your screen, most of the time, not every time, it will show the battery life and that kind of thing. The case itself is a battery. They don't last very long, these little guys, especially if you're talking on the phone. So you got to keep the battery handy, but it charges really fast. And that thing, the main battery box, holds a charge for quite some time. So anyway, you're going to put these in your ears, and you can program them to do different things. Like on my right side, when I double tap, it stops the music. On my left side, when I double tap, it brings up Siri, so I can ask a question, and very quickly you can control it. You can set it for different things. It does an automatic microphone shift, right? So if you're talking in one ear, most of the time the sound's going to come from the right. But if I have to take out the right and just have the left, it's going to automatically shift, or if I only put one in. Some people worry that they fall out. Oh, that's the wrong one. They fall out really easy. I haven't found that. I'm always worried about when I'm on the plane. You know that little gap when you're stepping into the plane? For whatever reason, I'm pretty sure something's going to drop through there, so I always clutch it. But I've walked around planes with them. I've walked around airports with them. They have not fallen out so far, really. They tuck right nicely in there. As soon as you put them in, you hear the little chime to know that they're connected. It takes seconds to disconnect them. Now, I haven't tried other wireless earphones, but I find these very wonderful. Worth it. The Alexa Echo Show, buy it or not? I say maybe. Listen, of all the Alexas, this is one I like the most because it's got a touch screen and it's got information that flows back and forth. Look, you can customize it. That's me and Hubs. It also lets you have your schedule. Like, I can say what's on my schedule today, and it will just show up on there. You can put recipes on there. When you're listening to a song, the lyrics will appear, which is kind of fun. It's kind of like a karaoke thing. It's also got the video connection, so you can video chat with people in different places who you're connected with from here. So this is kind of the hub of ours. It sits in our kitchen. You can see the cat treats right next to it. It sits in our kitchen, and sometimes when I'm on the road, I can connect with the hubby. He comes and waves. We've got another one that's got video too, but they're very handy. So buy it? Sure. Oh, let me go back to that. I say buy it, sure, but it's kind of expensive. They just had it on sale for like $130. I thought it was totally worth the price, but now it's back to like $230. That's a lot. If you're just getting started with Alexa, it's kind of an expensive proposition. So it's up to you whether you want to invest that much, but I bought it when it was cheaper, and I think it's totally worth that price. The Fire TV Cube from Amazon. Is it worth it? No. Oh my gosh, I hate this thing. Here it is right here. And the concept is that it's supposed to let you kind of control your whole TV and cable and Netflix and everything else with your voice. So you should be able to say, Alexa, turn on the TV, play This Is Us, what have you. And it's supposed to be like the remote, and it's supposed to be easy to use. It messes up my world. So I have other Alexa devices. I had them in this room and other rooms. And the problem is this one picks up a lot of times when I'm trying to talk to the other ones. And when I'm trying to talk to the other ones, or when I'm trying to talk to this one, the other ones pick up. That's one problem. Another problem is that this one can't be used for an intercom system. One of the things is my husband sits in that chair right there here in the living room, And he turns off his phone when he goes to court. He's a lawyer. When he goes to court and he forgets to turn it back on, and I want to tell him good night. So before I could call him on the device that was in this room, but now I can't, and he can't hear the one in the other room, and it's just a pain in the butt. So that's one of the problems, and the other problem is it just doesn't work very well. So I can say, you know, sometimes I can say tune to CNN on cable or whatever, it'll go just fine. Other times it won't. I'll say pause a TV show, it won't do anything. Sometimes it puts the word pause on the screen. I don't understand. I paid $129, I think, on sale for this thing. It is so much worse than the little Fire Stick I got way back in the day for like 30 bucks. Don't buy this one. Alright, virtual reality, the Oculus Go. Buy it or no? I say, why not? This device is pretty amazing. It's $200. In the past, virtual reality devices made you buy, I don't know, $300, $600, $800 device, and then a computer that you could use it with. So this was $1,300, $1,500 easy investment. This is $200 by itself. You don't need a computer. You can hook it up. Some people say it's virtual reality light, but for those of us who have never had a standalone device, it sure is amazing, and it's really cool. So you put it on, it looks really funny. You put it on and you can sit in your own little world. There are all kinds of things in there. One of the coolest things I found was that they do concerts. I watched a comedy show where the guy looked like he was 80 feet tall. It was a live comedy show, and all around me were these virtual people, and they were talking and chatting. You could turn off their chat or you could talk to other people. Because it's owned by Facebook, you could see like what they liked if you wanted to, and they could see what you liked, so you can find people who have things in common. And it's really interesting, but you can see it by yourself if you don't want to even see people in virtual reality. I play games on it a little bit. You can actually surf the web. I got on here with my nephew because he got one. He is 11, and is he 12? Oh, don't tell him I forgot. We played with this thing and rode roller coasters together and played checkers and all kinds of fun stuff. And it was a great way to connect. It's controlled by this and a little handheld device. So when you have the handheld device, you can kind of interact with your surroundings. So again, it's $200. Now, to tell you the truth, after I got it, I played with it a whole bunch, and I kind of haven't played with it very much anymore. But I wasn't a big gamer to begin with, right? So I wanted to try it out and see what it was all about. And now I'm not sure I have enough leisure time to just sit there and play. But if you're into games, if you want to connect with people, if you're just interested in the technology, $200 is a pretty moderate price to try this out. So I say, why not? I do a lot of webinars, but a lot of us do a lot of online meetings, and I see really bad video and hear really bad audio because people don't use extra devices. Let me show you some that I think are worth the price. All right, I think you should have a standalone webcam, and this is the HD Pro Logitech webcam C290 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. You can look up different ones, but so good. The quality is so much better than if you just use a regular camera that comes with your computer. I mean, it makes a huge difference. I think this was $125. You can get some that are cheaper, but get something that's standalone. You're supposed to put a little guard over it so that nobody can see you, because that's kind of a bad thing, but do what you want there. The second thing is, this one's kind of a big one. There are different ones, but get some kind of external audio system that lets you use this as a microphone. The system that is built into your computer is not good, guys, and you can't hear very well. So this one allows you to really get a better sound. I think this was like $75. I can't remember exactly. It's called a Blue Snowball. You can get several of them that are reasonably priced, but a standalone audio will make such a difference. Also,
Some of you have discovered the hard way that your computers at work don't have speakers and don't have audio. So make sure you can figure out if they have it and if you can add the configuration, because this is going to make your online meetings a lot easier. Worth it? Yes.
The Apple Watch, worth it or no? I say yes. Getting a wearable like this will change your world, especially if you're on the go a lot. So what it lets you do in its most basic format, what I use it for, are little notifications. I don't use it for email, but for text messages and things. When somebody contacts me or when there's a little notification, it's just a quick glance at the wrist to see what's going on. In addition, I like the activity tracker. It's replaced my activity tracker. Turns out I don't get a lot of activity, but this shows it. I like the personalizable face. Sometimes it gets a little confused. So you can personalize the face there and put different things, or you can put Mickey Mouse face or all kinds of different things on there. And each of these little corners you can personalize. So one of my favorite tricks is if-ta-ta-ta. I do this in my session sometimes. When I push that button, it's going to make a phone call to my phone and get me out of a meeting. So I think these are worth it. Another thing about these things, which I hadn't thought of, people who deal with people all the time, like service workers, like dental assistants and things, and they can't go back and check their phone, and maybe they're worried about the kids or something, they can have these watches on and get the notifications and very quickly check, rather than trying to take breaks and get their phones to check on whatever they check on, because we check on stuff all the time. So worth it? I say yes. Worth it or not, the Google Home device. So I bought this when I bought the Alexa devices because I wanted to kind of compare them. They're both really good. I think the main differentiation is going to be whether or not you want to stay in the Amazon place, or you want to go to the Google place, or you want to go to the Apple place. You're going to want to get things that talk to each other. There have been some jokes about how to make this talk with the other one and back and forth and whatever. That's kind of silly. But, okay, I did it. But, you know, it was kind of silly. But these devices are very helpful. So they've got some differences in between them. I don't think the differences will be there for very long. I think everybody will kind of go up to par. Apple's are much more expensive, and they're supposed to be really good sound-wise. Google Home, Google Assistant is going to be a little bit more fact-oriented, which you would think with Google. And then with the Alexa, you know, it's got the shopping integrated, all kinds of different things you can do there. So buy it or not, I say sure. All right, I have the Bose wireless speaker little box here. It's called the SoundLink Mini. Should you buy it? And the answer is maybe. So here's the deal. I bought this for my husband as a special gift because he used to work in the garage and had this old boom box, if y'all remember what that was. He used a boom box out there to listen to some music while he was working on his bikes and things, and I thought, wow, he could stream music from his phone. This would be cool. He never used it. We kept it in my closet for a long time. I finally got it out because I thought it would work with some of the other devices I have. It does. It's got a beautiful sound. It's portable. The battery lasts a long time. It's wonderful. You just put it back on its base. If this were something I would use, this would be great, but I don't end up using these portable speakers very much, and so it's just not necessary for me. The advanced Roomba with the Wi-Fi and the remote control and all that kind of stuff. Worth it? No. Get the basic one. Yes, a Roomba is wonderful. We have cats. They're all over the place. But this one doesn't make any sense. So I bought it because I had this fantasy that when I was on the road, I would be able to push a button from wherever I was, and it would clean the house, and my husband would be so happy, and the cat hair would be gone, and it would just tootle around and do its job. Well, it doesn't really work that well. So yes, I can push a button from the road and get it going, but it still is a Roomba, and they still get caught everywhere. Plus, it's supposed to always go back to its home charger and plug itself in. It doesn't. It runs around. And then it forever gets caught, like I said, and I don't know why I paid the extra, I don't know, $400 to get the ability to have it on Wi-Fi and to get the ability to use it from afar. Just use the regular one, it's fine. And this one, save it for maybe 5 years from now when everything is automated. Now it's time to find out what we think of the Microsoft Surface Pro, and I have just the expert to tell you all about it.
Hi, I'm DJ. This is my Surface Pro. I like it. I can work remotely. It's compact. It's fast. And although this is I'm supposed to be grumpy old man about things, but I'll do that for other things. But I like it. It's cool. Thanks. Peace out.
My review of the Microsoft Surface Pro, I adore it. I think it's so wonderful. I would love to be able to use it, and I can't, because like every 10th time I use it or every 3rd time I use it, something weird happens. Guys, every single thing I do has to work every single time as much as possible, and I still have trouble with Macs, but with Microsoft Surface Pro, Wi-Fi was weird, loading was weird, just something little every time, and it made me scared. So I love the idea, I love the touch screen, I love the size, I wish I could use it, but I can't. And in the non-tech category, cat gyms. Are they worth it? No. Look behind me. This is a cat gym. It's a giant piece of furniture. Yes, there is a cat on it right this very minute, but usually they don't touch the thing. They don't run up and down it like I thought they would. It's taking up space. I could just put one pillow in the corner. It would make her just as happy. And I don't know. I spent like way too much money. I don't know what I was thinking.
You weren't.